Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday morning to you. Well, not for everybody. We have sad breaking news. Serene and Brandon have broken up. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. I'm going to share for you what Serene and Brandon have said. Of course, they got together last year on Bachelor in Paradise. They were considered the hit couple, and no one could top them. They were the most adorable, and all these projections we put onto them because they both look beautiful, and they do. And then now we realized they just weren't meant to be. So we're going to get into the story right now. Bachelor in Paradise is Brandon and Serene call off their engagement after less than 1 year together. It's been immensely hard, they say. Okay, we're going to get into this. They've been broken up for a little bit now. We've known about it for a little bit, and we will discuss that coming up. Some different photos will share their timeline, where they came from, where they're going. BachelorNation.scoop posted it. Everyone's shocked. The only couple left now are Michael and Danny, and they think they're looking like they're doing fine, but what do we know? B-Mac Jones on Instagram, this is what they had to say in their joint statement. After many months, today we have ultimately decided to end our engagement. You know what? It's always better when we play some sad music, so let's get some sad music here. This is called Grown Apart. Here it is, folks. We have tried to work privately on our relationship, which has been incredibly challenging in the public eye. This has been immensely hard to accept and painful, as there is a lot of love between the two of us. We are deeply hurting and can only ask that there be no hate. The best path for us at this time is to try and move forward and heal from this as individuals. So there they are, folks. We used to talk for hours. All right, so they posted some interesting videos. They posted the highlights of their good times, which I like. I mean, look, there's plenty of good times here. There they are during Christmas. Nice little rug burns and shit. All right, and then we've got the moment that the engagement happened here. Kissing at sunset. New Year's celebrations. The good times, folks. There they are, watching their story unfold. Well, we've all been rooting them on. We've all said, let's go, Brandon and Serene. And no longer do they go, together at least. And I'm assuming this is a joint statement here. Of course, our good friend Dr. Diane says, couples in the public eye are 50% more likely to break up due to the pressure they feel. Please turn off your phones and heal in peace. You owe us nothing. Wishing you both. And isn't that correct? They owe us nothing. Hey, it's a relationship that didn't work out. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for the pressure cooker situation, which is, proposing after knowing each other for a few weeks on a beach, it'd just be another relationship that didn't work out. All right, so how did it all start? Well, of course we know Serene got dumped by Clayton, which is a shocker because she's one of the most, gorgeous humans that exists, but it wasn't meant for him. So after that, and after a really sad breakup here by Michelle dumping Brandon at the altar, his second altar appearance had seemed to be more successful, although in hindsight, not really. And there he was getting dumped on a hot and humid beach by Michelle. So they got together. They found love, eye contact, and nice, moisturized, humid skin. And then there they are, hanging out together at Disney. She says yes. And now they say no longer. All right, folks, that's the story. But how does it relate to us? Well, of course, it wouldn't be a breakup if I wasn't pushing our private membership community. We've been talking about this breakup for a while now. This was yesterday's private live stream. As I do a full screen share and I show you guys what I'm working on. We've known of this story for a few weeks, but I think we first talked about it last week on the Patreon, just because they haven't come out with a statement yet. We knew they were either broken up, but they, sometimes maybe they break up and they might get back together. But here's what we discussed yesterday before the announcement. Tina, the Bachelor couple that broke up, that I covered this last, I think on Friday. The couple that broke up, from what I've been told, is Serene and Brandon. And I haven't said anything publicly because they haven't. And I don't have really any evidence other than it's just what I've been told. And the reason we knew, so anyway, if you want to go check out the Patreon for ongoing stories that aren't yet public that we're discussing, the rumors, the sources, things that just aren't out there, we've got a full chat room happening, patreon.com/Dave Neal. You can go check all that out. So Susanna, good friend at Bachelor Data, put together the announcement split from the couple. So they announced this yesterday evening. I was already well into my my day was over. Short of a truly shocking breaking story, I wasn't going to cover it after 5 p.m. West Coast time. It's a little late in the day. But here they are. So couples still together. Season 2, so Season 1, nobody. Season 2, Jade and Tanner. Season 3, Ashley and Jared. And both those couples, they've got kids. That's about as solid as you're going to get when you can reproduce. Season 4, Raven and Adam. They have kids too, right? Season 5, Astrid and Kevin. I don't know, probably. Season 6, Hannah and Dylan still trying to get to that altar. Kaylin and Dean still trying to get to that altar. And then Season 7, Serene and Joe, technically married, although planning another wedding. And then Mari and Kenny, Abigail and Noah. Season 7, so far the most successful season as far as how many couples are still together. Season 8, Danielle and Michael. And Season 9, Piper and Brendan still together, although they've moved across the country. Alana and Chris, and Becca and Thomas. Becca and Thomas, of course, pregnant with a boy. So, interesting stuff there, folks. And wait, hold on. Are they Season 8 too? Is Season 8 the most recent season? No. How many seasons? Oh, either way, you guys get the point. So that's what's going on there. See what else we have here. Franchise breakups. So how long they were together for the breakup. Carly and Evan broke up relatively recently at 4 years. Brandon and Serene lasted 10 months. Johnny and Victoria, lasted, one menstrual cycle. They barely made it through the thing. Tyler and Brittany, even less time. Romeo and Kira. Riley and Marissa were a fun one. Demi and Christian. So a lot of these couples not long. Do we even have, so these franchise breakups, they don't even include Katie Thurston's breakups. They didn't even make the list here. So some of these, Lace and Grant, we're going way back here. These are only the breakups that happened from Bachelor in Paradise. Got it. Very well noted. So that's where they stand. I'd love to know your thoughts on the matter. Hey, look, breakups happen. I've always said this. I've always said this. They make all their money on sponsored posts. Why don't they do a sponsored breakup post? Wouldn't that be great? Ben and Jerry's going through a breakup. Eat accordingly and read 10 reasons we think it's awesome to be single. And Ben and Jerry's put together a little slide here. So if it's the breakup after only 1 month, you only get to skim the top of the pint. 6 months, you get half a pint, and then 1 year, eat the whole thing. Eat the whole thing. Go ahead. Here's what's going to happen after a breakup. You can eat some emotions. That's fair. And then what your body's going to do is you're going to feel depressed, and you're not going to want to eat. And you're going to try, but you're not going to want to. And your friends will be like, "Eat, Stephanie. You got to eat." And you're not. And then you're going to drop the 10 pounds that you gained during the relationship because that's God's way of saying, "Let's get you ready for beach season." And then look, I'm just kind of making light of the situation, folks. Do whatever you want. Be healthy with your body. Where are Brandon and Serene going to go? They already look beautiful. Will they date within Bachelor Nation? My guess is do yourselves a favor. You can't date normal people because you just don't see that happen too often. Date a reality star from another franchise. Maybe Netflix's Love Is Blind. I don't know, folks. They'll both be hot commodity. Will they make it to Paradise this season? My guess is no. Paradise is going to be filming relatively soon, and the turnaround here is very short, assuming their breakup is recent. Now, while they are dealing with a lot of pain from their breakup, it might be that they've pretty much been broken up for the last month or so. But of course, I think publicly acknowledging it is a good way for them to move on, get back into the dating world, or be single and loving it. Really, whatever they want to do, we support. Good people, and just because they're good people doesn't mean they're necessarily gonna work out. We're gonna have a lot of content to get to today for a barrel scraping season. There's a Love Is Blind storyline about how much money some of these influencers are making. We'll compare it to some of the people from Bachelor Nation and how much they're making. Is it more profitable to be on Love Is Blind than it is to be on The Bachelor? We'll get into all that. Plus, I've got another afternoon podcast for you, Bachelor Rush Hour with Dave Neal. And on the Patreon today, I'll be playing behind the scenes clips of the next episode of Driving with Dave. It's with Katie Thurston. It's a good one. She says things she's never said before on interviews. So we're going to have exclusive content for you. If you want to see the editing of that process, I'll be doing it on the Patreon today. Patreon.com/Dave Neal, behind the scenes bonus content. Otherwise, for free every afternoon, bachelorrushhour.com to get the hit podcast. All right. Well, sorry to hear it. Sorry to announce it. Serene and Brandon no longer. We'll be back right after this.